High upon a rocky cliff, a young seagull named Sammy huddled close to his mother. He looked down at the vast expanse of ocean, his heart pounding with fear. All the other young gulls were already flying, soaring effortlessly with the wind, but Sammy was afraid. Sammy had always felt safe and secure in the nest, surrounded by his family. He loved watching his parents and siblings glide through the air, their wings tracing graceful arcs against the blue canvas of the sky. But the thought of doing it himself filled him with dread. The height made him dizzy, the wind felt like an angry giant's breath, and the ground seemed miles away. He had seen the other young gulls stumble and fall during their first attempts, and he was terrified of experiencing the same fate. The sight of the crashing waves below made his stomach churn. One by one, his siblings took their first flight, encouraged by their parents. They flapped their wings clumsily at first, but soon gained confidence and soared into the sky. Sammy watched them go, a mixture of envy and relief washing over him. Soon, only his parents were left. They circled above him, calling out to him, urging him to join them. Sammy wanted to, he really did, but his fear held him captive. He wished he could explain it to them, make them understand. Then, with a final encouraging call, his parents too flew away, leaving Sammy alone on the cliff ledge. He watched them disappear into the distance, a small, pathetic figure left behind. The feeling of abandonment was almost unbearable. The sun began to set, casting long shadows across the cliff face. Sammy huddled under a rocky overhang, feeling utterly alone and afraid. The cries of other seagulls echoed around him, but they offered no comfort. He was a prisoner of his own fear. As the sun rose, painting the sky with hues of orange and gold, Sammy's parents returned. They brought him food, small fish they had caught from the sea. As he ate, they spoke to him, their voices filled with concern and encouragement. "Sammy," his mother said gently, "you have to try. Flying is in your blood, it's what you were born to do." "But what if I fall?" Sammy cried, his voice trembling. "You won't," his father assured him. "We'll be right here with you. Just spread your wings, take a deep breath and jump." Sammy looked from his father to his mother, his heart torn. He wanted to believe them, to trust in their words. The fear was like a lead weight in his stomach. He longed to feel the wind in his feathers, to experience the freedom of flight, but the thought of leaving the safety of the cliff filled him with terror. Section 4. Hunger and Desperation. Throughout the day, his parents continued to encourage him. They flew around him, demonstrating how easy it was, how exhilarating. But Sammy remained rooted to the spot, his fear a powerful adversary. As the day wore on, however, a new sensation began to gnaw at Sammy's resolve: hunger. The fish his parents had brought him was long gone, and his stomach was rumbling uncomfortably. He watched as other young seagulls soared overhead, effortlessly snatching fish from the waves below. Desperation began to set in. Sammy knew that if he didn't fly, he would starve. The thought of food, of satisfying the gnawing hunger, began to outweigh his fear. He had to try. He had to fly. Section 5. Triumphant Ascent. Mustering all his courage, Sammy took a deep breath and spread his wings. He closed his eyes for a moment, then leaped into the vast emptiness. For a split second, he felt nothing but terror. Then, something miraculous happened. Instead of plummeting to the ground, he felt a surge of uplift. The wind caught beneath his wings, buoying him up, carrying him higher. He opened his eyes, amazed by the sensation, the feeling of weightlessness. He dipped and soared, his initial clumsiness giving way to a newfound grace. The fear that had held him captive for so long evaporated, replaced by a feeling of exhilaration. He was flying. Section 6, joining the family. Below him, his parents circled, their cries filled with pride and excitement. Sammy had done it. He had conquered his fear and taken to the sky. He joined his family, flying alongside them, his heart soaring with joy and a sense of accomplishment. From that day forward, Sammy was no longer afraid. He embraced the freedom of flight, the thrill of the wind beneath his wings. He learned to ride the air currents, to soar to unimaginable heights. He had faced his fear and emerged victorious, a testament to the indomitable spirit that resided within him. And as he flew alongside his family, their wings tracing patterns against the setting sun, Sammy knew that he could achieve anything he set his mind to. All it took was a little courage and a leap of faith.